How's it going, everybody? I am the Dollar General, protecting the American public $1 at a time. As you can tell, I'm wearing my army-fashioned safety hat, and food safety is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Brands like Jimmy Dean, Stouffer's, Dove, Nestle, Smuckers, Bibigo, General Mills, Clover Valley, Tyson Chicken, Banquet, Outshine, Yummy, Dreyers, Lamb Westons, Oreo, Checkers, Hot Pockets, Kellogg's, Totinos Pizza Rolls, and Edwards Desserts. We're going to talk today about how Dollar General is mismanaging your product and potentially poisoning your customers. So, shortly ago, I was an employee at the local Dollar General. We would get in U-boats and RTs of frozen perishables, and we would be given a 1 to 3 hour time limit to get them done. 3 hours already seemed like a stretch to me. Like, you got ice cream at the bottom of some of these things. And it's like, yeah, 3 hours, right? And they're like, yeah, because you got to do the register and everything else at the same time, right? It's fucking crazy. So already, with those disadvantages, this is an example. Well, this is the last U-boat that I worked. If you can see at the very top of the stack, there's a couple boxes that are already done. And I had already noticed really quick that this was just yet another shipment from the Dollar General warehouses that was completely fudged, right? And I'm going to get into exactly how fudged it is and why that this is a risk to the public. So example number one, we can see here, this is obviously a Jimmy Dean box. Right? So the contents of this box should be Jimmy Dean's, right? So on the boxes, we have these little white labels. I'm going to zoom this up. You see this little white label right there? Now at the bottom left, you're going to see a code. Let's see if we can zoom it up a little bit more. And you'll see that this one says E1, F1. Now what that code represents is that each one of the shelves, each rack of shelves, or each freezer door is labeled with a number, and then with the letter, I mean, and then the number represents what shelf it's on. So when I look at this really quick and I go, okay, E1, and I go over to door E, open it up, shelf 1, I should be able to pack my item away, which means that I should be able to have all this stuff unpacked in the regulated time that Dollar General gives me to do it. So when you see, though, that this is labeled as a stouffers product, if you look at the actual label itself, it's labeled as a stouffers product. So this white label is put on the wrong box. So when an employee grabs the box and looks down and goes, okay, E1, and starts marching over to E1, opens it up and goes, wait a minute, this ain't Jimmy Dean's. What the fuck? Wait, oh, it says stouffers. Oh, what the heck? Oh, where's the stouffers at? Oh, I got to go looking for the stouffers now, right? The next product is a Dove product, right? Dove ice cream. These are some kind of ice cream bars or whatever. And if we blow it up, we'll see down here that it's labeled as a Nestle drumstick, chocolate dipped, right? And again, the code at the bottom left, A5F1. Now that F1 means facing one, means it, so there's one row of them. So if it said F2, there would be 2 rows, right? So that's what that code means, right? But again, it's a Nestle drumstick as far as corporate is concerned. Here we have some Smuckers Uncrustables, right? Oh, the kids like those in their lunch? Sure. And it's labeled as a bibigo dumpling, pork and vegetable. G6. Right? So you're sitting there and it's box after box, just confusion. Where does this go? Where does that go? Oh, where is it? Right? Your time is pouring. Meanwhile, bing, bing, bing. There's a register. There's somebody at the register. Oh, gotta drop everything. Go to the register. Come on back. Right? It's ridiculous. I was able to accumulate from that one U-boat countless Right? This is Tyson chicken. Chicken, something you don't want to mess around with, right? Salmonella and everything else. And let's see what this one's labeled. Smuckers Uncrustables. Grape. G1. See what I mean, man? I can't make it up. Right? Banquet beef pot pies. Let's see how they're doing. Nestle ice cream bar. B3. Hey. I got 17 of these. And I'm going to tag all the businesses that all the corporate franchises, whatever, that I just listed when I first started the video, are all the ones that are here. You know, Magnum, that's a Dove product, right? Dove ice cream. And I'm going to tag all of them because they need to know. It's labeled as an outshine popsicle. Right? And the reason that they need to know what's going on is because, you know, when you're halfway through, and this is what the boxes are getting opened up looking like, right? And this is ice cream. So this one is more than obviously melted and messy, right? But all the boxes are in the same state of defrost, right? And they're telling you to pack them back, you know, put them on the shelf, right? And it takes you 4 to 6 hours to unload these U-boats because they got you doing everything, right? Everything's mislabeled. It's a madhouse, you know? This gets to be very concerning, right? Again, a Stouffer's product, and it's labeled as an Oreo ice cream sandwich. B4. I feel like I'm calling out bingo numbers with the codes. B4. B4. All right, that's a legitimate bingo number. All right, what do we got here? We got the Totinos pizza rolls. And it's labeled as a Clover Valley ice cream. Cookies and cream. B1. Hot Pockets. All right. Everybody likes a Hot Pocket until it's been defrosted fucking 6 times before you buy it. All right, this is another box of bibigo dumplings, though. And all these products, right? And they're getting defrosted, right? And it's not right. And you know that it's not healthy and it's not good, and yet you're being told to put it out on the shelf. You know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like I'm doing my community a disservice. And that's why I'm motivated to make these videos. Eggo waffles, outshine fruit bar, watermelon, A6. Now, if you were to ask your district managers about this, they would say that only 3% of these labels are wrong, right? I'm going to tell you, out of this whole U-boat, only 2 of them were correct. Not 2%, or not 2 whatever, right? Just 2 boxes. There was maybe 20 of them on the U-boat. And that day we got in, was it 4 or 5 U-boats and RTs. And there was only 2 of us on the shift. So this is some Jimmy Dean's, but it looks like it's going to be labeled as an Oreo. Right? Again, I just want to bring up this because this is the end result. This is why, right? And, you know, some of this stuff, like, for example, French fries, you're not going to really notice that they've been thawed out and then refrozen. The Jimmy Dean sausage patties, you're not really going to notice, right? When you're going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? It's in the package. It's not like it's melted everywhere like this one is. Right? Like, look in that box. That's freaking gross. And that's the quality of pretty much all the food. This one is just visually aesthetic because it melts out of the box. You know what I mean? But all of it, it's becoming room temperature and then going back into the freezer. It's coming out of the trucks, thawing to room temperature, and then going back into the freezers and sold to the public. So I wanted to bring that up. I am going to tag all the corporations listed above. And I wanted to thank everybody for logging in right now and taking a look at this, because it is a serious concern. These stores are everywhere. Dollar Generals are consuming America. That means that they are feeding a huge number in our population here in America. Kids, adults, elderly, all alike. And it's something that, even though we all like to kind of scoff at Dollar General, it is something we need to be taken seriously, because our kids go to our neighbor's house or their friend's house and they eat something. Well, where's that person getting their food from? We might scoff at Dollar General, but is their friend's mom shopping at Dollar General? Is my kid being exposed through a third party to these foods? Shit like that, you know what I mean? And with how many of them are out there and how many billions of dollars in sales they're doing a year, which is mainly in food products, you really need to look at this problem, and really need to pack those freezers correctly. Until then, all these companies I listed above are potentially looking at lawsuits, and it's not because of something that they did wrong. It's because that their sellers, like Dollar General, are mishandling and mismanaging their perishable foods. All right, everybody, have a good one.